what do you think is the best concert you've been to? Like for you?
Hands down. My buddy David knows this one. Guns N' Roses.
Oh, really?
Hands fucking down.
Where'd you see them?
In El Paso.
How was that one?
Oh, the shit. It was the shit. So, little story, crazy story. So, I wanted to see him no matter what. I was gonna buy fucking the closest seats I could. The closest seats I could buy were like 7th row. I bought 4 seats. It was for me and the girl I was dating at the time. And then I bought 2 extra seats in case like my homies or someone wanted to buy them. So, not many people that I knew in particular wanted to go see Guns N' Roses and ZZ Top, except for my friend David. My friend David had already won tickets on the radio, but they were general admission. So he was there. I ended up selling my other 2 tickets to some random people, and they paid double what I paid for them. So I was like, fuck yeah, here you go. Here. Cool. Turns out, as soon as ZZ Top was done, they're like, okay, we're going to leave. I was like, what the fuck? You paid double the price for these tickets, and you're going to leave because you just want to see ZZ Top?
Oh, because they sat next to you guys.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. So they were just out?
Yeah. So I was like, hey, if you don't mind, can I have your bracelets? Like, yeah, cool. So not only did they pay double the money, they gave me the bracelets.
And then you gave them to your
I gave it to
boy.
my boy and his girl at the time. And he came down. We had the time of our life because he's a huge Guns N' Roses fan too. Like, we had the time of our life. Me and him were just like mind blown. We're so close. We saw fucking just them so close, and it was an amazing show. That was my favorite concert.
And it changes the vibe when you're able to be that close, huh?
Yes.
And for anyone who's never been to a concert that close, it really does. So I went to one. I'd never been to a concert in my life before I met Laura, my wife now. And she's always telling me about concerts she's going to, because we were friends before we got together. And I'd been to any, like, ever. And so, like, she took me to my first concert, which is Sublime, and then Cypress Hill opened up for them, which is crazy. And it was indoors. Everyone smoked, like, in the whole fucking crowd. So I naturally got, like, second-hand high. It was crazy. And that was fun. And then, but it's crazy. Some of my favorite concerts are people that I didn't even know. Like, I didn't even know their music very well. But because we had good seats, you get to vibe better. And then we went to... And I have a different favorite concert since then, but have you ever heard of Fantagram?
Yes.
It's like an indie band.
Indie.
They went to Albuquerque, and her brother was going, and I'm like, I'll go. And we stood. It was like the pit area, like literally right at the stage. And I'm like, oh, this is cool. I got so lost in that. I never heard a single song they ever did. And there's like a guy and a girl. I don't know too much about them. The girl killed it. Her stage presence was so good. The lighting, they did these laser beams through mirrors. Like, just the way they did it. And the girl that was in Fantagram just lit the show up. And she killed it with her energy. And she wasn't like Adele. Like, she didn't have like this like groundbreaking voice. She had really good stage presence and like knew how to perform. And she killed it. And that was my favorite concert for the longest time. And so when I would tell people, like, who the fuck is that? Like, you've been to Sublime and Cypress Hill and all these other concerts, and like your favorite one's this person I never heard of. But the seats matter. Like, we're in a great spot. And I zoned in on like the way they're performing, and I just got lost in it.
Yeah, we saw Axl Rose and Slash like right there. Like, yes, the screen's big, but like we saw them like right there.
What was it like to see their like the way they performed? Or like, did you see something in them, like an energy, a passion? Like, did it seem like they wanted to be there, or was it just another show?
And that was the thing that like I was kind of like expecting them to be old and just be like lip syncing and just kind of like going through the motions.
Yeah.
But then like my boy David, like I said, like me and him are like super fans, and so when he came down, I think that brought the energy even more. And so when he came down and they were performing, because he got there like right as they started performing, so the show just turned up that much more. The girls were with, they're like, yeah, Guns N' Roses, whatever. But me and him were just like, fuck yeah, like this is like our idols growing up, like fucking rock and roll, like. And we saw Slash and Axl Rose like just fucking tearing it up, and we were just fucking just having a blast. And it was just something you can't even like explain the experience when you have that type of energy, that type of like love for the music that you grew up to as a kid, not even as an adult. You grew up to them, so like that's your passion. Like you were brought up with this kind of music, and then you see them as an adult, like so many years later in El Paso, in the fucking 7th row seat. It's like, wow. And like I said, me and him appreciated it so much that we talk about it every time we get drunk. Hey, What was your favorite concert? Guns N' Roses, dog. Guns
Yeah.
N' Roses, dog. Like,
Do you think it meant more to you because when that music was in its prime or when it was coming out, like, did it feel like they say the best music is the music that you relate to in some way? They say